I'll tell you all who are willing to listen what it's gonna look like when you get in a street fight. 5 things are coming up. The best martial arts for the street? You're all wrong. Listen, I could end this discussion very simply with 2 simple questions. First, do people punch you in a street fight? Yes, they do. Do people wrestle you in a street fight? Yes, they do. So you need to both be able to box and wrestle. But you all have other opinions, don't you? I wonder what you base those opinions on. Unless you've already figured out what martial art this is that I'm recommending, I've only got one thing to say to everyone online. Everyone, including the coaches who talk shit. To me, it is apparent that most of you who are commenting or giving advice have never, or maybe just once or twice, been in street fights. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I've been living a very not peaceful life all of my life until I had my child. I worked in nightclubs as a bouncer from the age of 17. Yeah, I was only 17 when I did my first shift as a bouncer because I was a fighter and men knew me. This was until years ago, at 38. So from 17 to 38, you count how many years that is. And I have been in all sorts of fights that you can imagine. Unfortunately, I'm not proud of it. It's just part of the being a bouncer life. It's been one-on-one, group versus one, group versus group, with and without weapons that I didn't even know were there. Every sort of fight you can imagine. And I'll tell you right now that if you think that you can choose to be grabbed or not, choose whether to be punched or not, or choose whether to be kicked or not, or whether someone's gonna have a weapon, or be able to choose where someone is gonna attack you. If it's gonna be in an elevator, if it's gonna be in a parking lot, or in the middle of a crowded shopping mall while you are with your family. You do not have that choice. I mean, you all say things like, you shouldn't wrestle in a street fight, as if you have that option, mate. If it was that easy to choose, don't you think us professional MMA fighters would be able to just say, hey, this guy's a wrestler, so in this fight, I'm just not gonna wrestle him. Or this guy is a great boxer, so I'm just not gonna box with him. I'll just take him down. That's simple, right? And then you try to wrestle him with absolutely no understanding of how boxing even works. You're gonna run into those hands of his. Yeah, good luck with that, brother. Now you're probably gonna say something like, well, Khabib did that. He just took everyone down. Bro, listen. Khabib Nurmagomedov? You mean him? You mean the champion who fought in Sambo? The champion who knocked down McGregor with a single punch? You think that guy doesn't know how to box? That is your understanding of fighting? Or you say things like, well, McGregor did stand up and he could choose to not be taken down. You think that's because his hands are good? You mean Conor, the other champ? The one who is from Straight Blast Gym, Ireland? You know what that gym is in my view as a fighter? Straight Blast Gym is one of the places with the best coaches in grappling in all of Europe. They're at the top of the top in grappling. You think McGregor can't grapple to defend at least some takedowns? You see, the problem is you guys think everything is either or, like black or white, no color in between. Everything is either 0 or 100, either up or down. I'll tell you something. The world of fighting doesn't care what you think. You all have a very unrealistic fantasy. Yeah, it's a fantasy about what it's gonna look like when you get attacked. Now, 5 things are coming up, and you're gonna wanna know those. I'll tell you all who are willing to listen what it's gonna look like when you get in a street fight. 5 things are coming up. Number 1, both of you will get hurt. It might be from being hit. It might even be from hitting the other person and hurting yourself. Or it might even be from just punching him, knocking him out, and pulling your back and not being able to walk after. For certain, you're both gonna get hurt. Somehow, you both will. Number 2, brother, You will be scared. I don't care how tough you are, who you think you are, you will be scared. It will be absolutely scary for you. And anyone who says that they are not scared are either lying or they are an idiot who you should not be listening to. Number 3, and this one is so funny, you will get tired much faster than you ever thought was possible. The whole thing will last no more than maybe 30 seconds at most. But you will be so tired afterward, you won't be able to breathe or walk. Number 4, no one will win. Even if you knock the other person out with a single punch, one of you will most likely face charges at the police station. Or even worse, you might have to see the other person extremely injured or not even alive anymore from your hands. Yeah, you go live with that one because you would just upset at each other. Good choice, brother. Number 5, no, you will not be able to choose what happens. The best you will be able to do is to do as much damage as you think is possible and necessary, however possible. That might be that you have to wrestle him. That might be that you have to punch or kick or elbow or grab clothing, or even worse, use weapons. To use a weapon to save your own or someone else's life, that's not something you're gonna wanna live with, brother. I promise you that. To me, it's all pretty obvious. If you only do one martial art, like boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, or BJJ, only one, you will be caught very lacking because you will only know one thing. Now, we have come to the answer of what the best martial art is. The only one martial art that covers most of these things and actually makes you ready for any fight for your own or your loved one's life is, you guessed it, MMA. It covers literally anything you can imagine would happen in a fight. Now, you add some knife or gun disarms to that, and you will be a very dangerous person for anyone to face in a street fight. And let's hope you never have to. MMA, this is the way. Train hard and fight easy, because I promise you, a fight is not easy.